Hey guys, welcome to Six Girls Budgets. I'm Beth, and today we have a couple of dollars and we're going to do our story time savings, so let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here today. Today we are still working on our lavender kind of wooded area. And I want to tell you about the story of Gabriella's name. So Gabriella's mom, her name was Elizabeth. Everybody called her Liz, the same as mine. Mine's Elizabeth, and everybody calls me Beth. And we were pretty decent friends. And she was, dating my brother at the time. And we were sitting on the porch when I found out she had been pregnant. And the funny thing is I don't think she realized she was pregnant because she was still kind of a younger lady at the time. And she was sick all the time and everything. And I was just joking because at the time, me and my husband were trying to have a child. I got a 5. And I was like, well, have you taken a pregnancy test? And then she just kind of looked at me. And I told my brother the next day, I was like, maybe you should go buy her one. And then about a week or so later, they announced that they were having a baby. So that was really, really exciting. But a couple of months after that, we were sitting on the porch and we were discussing baby names and, what name that we always wanted to name our children. I got a 9 and a 5. So 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? And so we were discussing what we would name our future children. And I told her that I'd always wanted to have the name Savannah, or I also wanted to do the name Gabriel or Gabriella for a girl. And the thing with that is because I used to read a lot of Christine Feehan books at the time. And those were just some of my favorite characters in the book. And I love those names. They were absolutely beautiful. Well, it was about a month later, during her baby shower, when they announced her name was going to be Gabriella. And my husband at the time looked at me and he was so mad. He's like, isn't that the name that you picked out? And I was like, yeah. So we, ultimately didn't say anything. But I was even more madder when she was born, because she also got my middle name, which is also my mother's middle name. So they took my baby name that I had chosen, as well as my middle name that gets passed on from, grandmother to mother in my family. Oh, hi, Kitty. Are you coming to visit? And so I was upset, but, eventually I got over it. And we decided that we will go with, sorry, the cat's bugging me, that we will go with Savannah if we, when we had a child. And so that comes to kind of the happiest and the saddest day of my life was the day of the girls' adoption. And I realized, and I sat there and I thought about it, and I said, God works in mysterious ways. Because, years later, we had decided that we were going to name our child Savannah, and I had had a miscarriage. And, so that didn't work out. And just having children in general just did not work out for us. And then years later, when Matthew and Liz both passed, I adopted Gabriella and she became my daughter. And I just think about that all the time. God works in mysterious ways. Like maybe that was meant to happen like that. And it's just something strange in the universe. You know what I mean? Like who would have ever thought that that would have ever happened? But anyways, guys, so today we are saving $9 and $5 with Storytime savings. I wonder what your guys' most pivotal point in your life is, like the defining moment that you realize that God works in mysterious ways for you. That was one of mine. Another thought that I thought is thinking about Jesus' love, which is something that, people struggle over whether they have belief in God or not. And they struggle over, how they can explain God's love. And I thought a lot about this week, and I thought that if some strange miracle happened and my brother and Liz walked back in the door, or if I could go back and change time, and if they never died, would I be able to give up these children? Because these are now my children. I've taken care of them. I've cared for them. I love them just as the mother would. And I thought, would I be able to give them back if there was a way to change anything in time? And I thought about that. And at first, my first instinct was, yes, because you never want your, bad things to happen to your family. And then I thought, well, no, because I don't want to lose my children. And then I really thought about it. And I said, if ever there was a way, my answer would be yes. Even if it would break my heart and bring pain to me. Because I would never want them to go through the pain of losing their family ever again. And that is what I thought about when I thought about Jesus on the cross when he died for us. You know, how you can explain Jesus's love. And you just love somebody so much that you never want them to feel pain. He never wanted anybody to go to hell. He wanted them all to be saved. He wanted them all to know God's love for us. And I think that a mother's love can be one of the closest that you could ever get to God's love for you if you don't know God personally and you want to try to explain it to somebody that does not understand it. I want you to think about what you would do for your child. Would you be willing to take their pain away? And that is what I think about God's love, because he's the one that helps me through all of those darkest days. And there have been some very dark days. Very, very dark days. And without him, you know, sometimes you just don't know what you would do, you know? Well, this kitty cat over here is just all up in my business, wanting some attention, guys. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for today. We only had a few dollars, and I'll put the other back, and we'll do some minis with it later. I have not had a chance to get to the bank or anything, and it is going to snow this week, so... But we have 4 done, and so we have a few more. I'm very interested in hearing all of your guys' stories on Storytime Savings. I'm working my way through all the videos now. We will be having a winner, and I'll probably be drawing it later this week. I'll make a post. I have not had a chance to draw the winner yet of the other challenges, but we will go ahead and get that drawn, and I'll make a post about who the winner is. And then you'll be able to contact me. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. Have a great night. Thanks. Bye.